Hello everyone, my name is DustInLint and welcome back to some more Oxygen Not Included, where we last left off with not too many food problems, like, I believe, and also oxygen. How are we doing for that? Like, we're still doing fine for oxygen, it's just power was a little bit of a problem there for a little bit, not terribly so, but for a short period, at the very least. What was I working on? Right, so I was sort of working on... So weird how that's like literally right beside each other, yet nothing's going on there. So weird, but I'm okay with that. I was working on this plan down here, trying to get this to cool down a little bit. And it's cooler, but not freezing cold, unfortunately. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do about this whole overheated water situation, because right now it's like... It's not a bad temperature per se. It's just starting to get to that toasty level of warm. But also at the same time, I don't necessarily need to worry about adding more of this water to that supply right now anyways. In the meantime, I think we'll just focus on doing what we can here. That's some more snow, eh? Some more Jon Snow. Actually, you know what? We'll make that 7. Or, you know what? That's fine too, I suppose. Okay, so... Like, I'm hoping maybe the Wolframite might prove to be useful soon-ish. Also, like, I don't know why these people are not wanting to pick up this stuff in the slightest. Like, maybe... Okay, so that's at 7. So maybe if I make the cleanup order at a 6. Not necessarily 7, because that's when I ran into... some powering up issues. This is when I made that all a 7 priority instead of a 6. Because once this all became 6 or 7s, they stopped powering up the coal generators, which led to us not having enough power for our generators here, or for our batteries, which therefore meant we didn't have enough for other things that were pretty important. How are you doing down here for food, Cindy? You still have a decent amount of clay and abyssalite, so you know what, I'm not going to worry about that too much. In the meantime, though, let's see here, oxygen. Oxygen is still fine. I'm sort of at a strange point with this series where I was hoping that maybe the game would have been updated by now, so that way I could show off some new features and new content, but I'm getting to cycle almost 250 now, and they still haven't really released any new content. Like, they just officially released the thermal upgrade not that long ago, so that's a little strange for me personally, because now I'm at a place where they haven't released any new test branches, so I can't really show off any new content, while at the same time we're getting to a point where there's starting to be not a whole lot to do in this series, which I'm really bummed about, because I love this game, but eventually once you start getting into the same loop of doing the same things over and over again, because there's not really a whole lot else to do other than try and survive for as long as possible, it becomes a little stagnant, so to say. So I'm hoping that maybe soon they'll have more information on new content for this game. Otherwise, I might have to drop the series for a little bit for the time being until that does get worked on a little bit. Okay, so are they not delivering there because this is considered submerged? I don't think so. In fact, that does not look like the case in the slightest. And you know what? We'll open this up just so Cindy has some extra food to eat as well. So whenever someone gets around to doing that, that would be awesome. I didn't even think about our filtration medium. We still have like 92,000 kilograms of sand, so we're still good in that front. Okay, so we don't have to worry about that for any time in the near future. George Foreman Grill is stressed out, probably because he's not cooking like he normally loves to do. We'll also take care of Dustin's stress while we're at it, and Beyonce's stress as well. And I know a new duplicant. No one really that great, so we'll reject all. Yeah, so if I were to drop this series, which I hate to do for the time being, but if there's not really any new content for it, it might be something I have to look at for the time being. Then what would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me? Man, I'm trying to think of what commercial I saw that they had that rendition of that song for. I want to say it's like for some kind of a bank or something like that. Or no, it's for Walmart. Oh, and I hate Walmart. Nothing against, well, you know what, actually 100% against Walmart. Mainly because of the fact that I used to work there as an overnight manager. And it was like actually one of the worst jobs I had ever worked in my life. The people were nice, don't get me wrong. I loved the people that I worked with, but just the work itself was just actually kind of terrible. But okay, yeah, so what was I trying to get at this entire time? Was it the fact that if I were to start up a new series of something, what would it be? I have been playing... Suffocating. Oh my god. Oh, how did you get yourself up there like that? Oh my god. How do I get... How does Dustin get himself into these kinds of situations? I don't understand it. Just like... No. Okay, so we probably got pretty banged up. We didn't get hurt at all for dropping down there. Never mind. I was gonna say, like, we probably got pretty banged up for that, but apparently not. For whatever reason, we're fine. Right, I was talking about series I might want to start up next. And the key one being possibly Flint Hook. I've been playing a lot of that off in my spare time. It's sort of been my guilty pleasure game. Came out on the day of my birthday. Oh, well, you know what? It's not a big deal. People know that. How many people are going to watch this video? But, anyways. And so, as much as I've been enjoying that in my own time, it might be time to maybe consider putting that on the table as far as things to be playing on the channel itself. I think now that I've gotten a bit more grasp over the controls of the game, learned that maybe keyboard and mouse is maybe the way to go for me personally, as opposed to controller, which is sort of strange for me to say for a platforming roguelike game of any sort. Normally I'm a controller man for those sorts of games, but for whatever reason, Flint Hook, because of the way it controls, just feels so much better on keyboard and mouse. For me personally. I feel bad talking about another game while playing this one because I do really enjoy Oxygen Not Included. It's just, I keep saying this. We keep getting to the point where there's just not enough new content to work on in this game. which sucks. So this could very well be the last Oxygen Not Included episode until some new content comes out, in which case I'll maybe label it like Season 2, which means I'm gonna have to go back and... Well, no, I can just label the playlist that these videos belong to as Season 1. Yeah, that might work. Label these videos as Season 1. And then, when we do start up a new series, eventually, when new content comes out, hopefully eventually, soon, then that can be Season 2, and, everyone will be happy again, myself included, because there will be new content for this game, which everyone will hopefully enjoy. I'm just not looking forward to having to take a break from this game. It's just that right now everything's sort of like fully automated. Oh, I forgot about you. I keep forgetting about you. I know I said at one point I was gonna like do Operation Saving Brian for you, but Brian? That's not right. That's not the movie. No, Saving Private Ryan. That's what it was. Oh, man. I can't believe I had as much of a brain blip on that as I did. But yeah, basically, right now, basically on full autopilot for this game, which isn't a bad thing. Like, if this were the full release game and I was just naturally finding a place of equilibrium, no longer having to worry about the initial stresses like food, oxygen, water, those sorts of things, then that would be awesome. But because this is in the alpha state where there is no end goal other than to wait for your colony to die eventually, it's sort of a really strange place to be in. Adam Boo, take care of your stress. Alright. Oh, we actually had some gold amalgam up here too. It's actually kind of good to know, in case I ever want to do anything with that. Yeah, not really a whole lot going on up here though. Yeah, because we basically saw the top of the map there. We saw the far left. We more or less saw the far bottom of the map. I'm not going to stress too much about seeing the actual bottom of the map, because then we're getting into magma territory, which I don't really want to mess around with too much, if I'm being 100% honest. If I can avoid it. Beyonce is starting to get stressed out too now, eh? Let's see here. Beyonce. And if I'm being 100% honest, like, I know it's a good thing that they have geysers in this game now as a way of renewable water, even if it is really warm water. But at the same time, I feel as though it's almost the easy way out right now. Like, maybe if when this game comes out at a later time with more updates, they will still have geysers, but they'll be at like the far boundaries of your map, so that way it's not necessarily as easy to just pump some of this freaking hot water into your base. And sure, everyone's gonna be a little toasty for a little bit, but it's probably the best solution you have. Why isn't this opening up? Why is no one doing anything down here? I don't understand that. Like, I know the door looks a little broken or something like that, but I really don't understand what's going on with that. Toggle switch pending. We'll see if anyone actually comes down for that eventually. Maybe if I make it a 7. Go like, open. Open sesame. How are we doing? Food's starting to dip in a little bit, but that's to be expected with not 100% meal wood production, just because we only have so many seeds. Like, we only have another 5, basically 1 full harvest after this meal wood is done. So again, food is sort of an issue with this run in particular, but I don't want to get to the point where I'm just waiting for my colony to die due to running out of food. Like, that just seems a little bit of a cop-out there. Personally. Let's see, our batteries are still doing good. Yeah, batteries are still doing fine. Alright. Oh, a new duplicant is available. Choose duplicant at 7 strength, but is a biohazard. Goodbye. Sunshine. 18 stress on Lex. We'll take care of that. And I think this is the 3rd time this episode that I've had to send Adam Boo for stress relief. That's getting on the side of a little ridiculous, but I'll allow it. Meal wood is just about ready again, so don't have to worry about cooking up more mush bars right this second necessarily. Why? No, that should be good oxygen there. Yeah, that's high oxygen concentration. I don't understand why you're like, it's so hard to breathe. Maybe you're claustrophobic in reality, but it's just a hidden stat. Claustrophobia. Like, that's really weird that you're basically out of breath in this super high oxygen concentration area at almost all times. You know what, one thing I would like to see them add to this game? Like, sort of like a single tile wide trapdoor type thing, where you can, instead of having to place an entire door across like one of these things, you can just place a trapdoor. So that way it's still like an airlock, but it's only 1 tile wide, so it's not all janky, and you can still have like this sort of a setup where you can have gas permeable tiles on both sides. It still have a way to get down while making sure you can't have, like, say, if someone pisses themselves or vomits, it doesn't drip into your water supply. Not that that's a huge issue in the first place most of the time, but sometimes it can be, I suppose. Except in polluted water. What are you doing all the way over here? You're picking up slime for our biodistiller. How much slime do we have in there anyways? Probably not a lot left. Yeah, like 80 kilograms. Although you're going to be dumping some more in there, right? Yeah, like another 100 kilograms. That's not too bad. Our algae deoxidizers are basically never functioning, but that's because we have maximum gas pressure in here already anyways, so that's like definitely not a bad problem to have. In fact, yeah, holy camoly, actually. These are just full at all times, eh? So maybe that's actually not a great thing, because then we actually can't be pumping the hydrogen into there then, I suppose. Huh. That's not a problem I thought I would have normally. So it's like pumping, like, although I guess that does limit the amount of operations that these things can do, which isn't terrible either, actually, now that I think about it. Although that one's still, like, basically pumping at all times. So it's mainly this one that isn't always pumping at all times, which, again, isn't that bad, if I'm being 100% honest. I haven't been paying attention to what's going on over here. Oh, man, they're actually making some good progress over in here, I have to say. A lot better progress than I thought they would be. Yeah, as long as, like, they don't get trapped, like Dustin did at one point there. 27 stress. Oh, I was not paying attention to that. Dustin, take care of that. And, okay, 4th or 5th time Adam Boo has had to deal with stress. That is actually bordering on insanity. At our vault as well, okay. So it's gonna take a while for... Excuse me? What are you still doing up here? What are you still doing up here, Vault? Oh my god. Yeah, like, relax. I love the fact that being on these massage tables also counts as sleeping, apparently, so that deals with tiredness, the negative stat related to that. Although Dustin apparently doesn't want to take care of his stress. Sounds like me far too much in real life, if I'm being 100% honest. I'm just like, I'm feeling pretty stressed right now, but, you know, I'll keep working at this thing until I'm at almost my breaking point. No big deal. Okay. So... Dustin's still taking care of his stress. Lex is pretty stressed out himself, so we'll take care of that, as well as John Cena. I really have to keep on top of people's stress, though, at all times, more or less. What am I making these ladders out of? Does it... Sedimentary rock. Okay, so we'll keep building some more ladders out of sedimentary rock. I don't know why I'm bothering with this, if this is potentially the last episode of the series for the time being as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. What are we coming here for? 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe to appreciate this game. And all the way over here. Perfect, okay. Really don't understand why people aren't, like, opening up this door here, though. That's a little weird. That's a little weird, if I'm being 100% honest. Okay, so that food's almost ready. How are people stressed looking? Are you kidding me, Adam? You were just taking care of your stress not that long ago. And yet, oh, I'm having to work in the ice fields again. I better complain about it as much as possible. I swear, Adam is gotta be one of the most... has to be the biggest culprit for being the most stressed at all times. Because I think it's like literally just about every day Adam has to go back for some stress relief, which is just flippin' insane. That shouldn't be a thing, Adam. That just shouldn't be a thing. Food is getting pretty low. Pretty darn low. Okay, delivered some sand to that because that's still fine. Working on this stuff over here. Powering up our generators, which actually got surprisingly low there for a little bit. Good job, Adam and Vault, for keeping on. How are we doing for coal, by the way? Wait, breathable gas. We actually have contained breathable gas. I don't understand that. Consumable ore, coal, we're at 7,000 kilograms. Like, not bad. Definitely not bad. Could be better, but not bad. And what's going on all the way over here? Oh, yeah, make it all the way over there, and then it's like, actually, you know what? I'm gonna go breathe this polluted oxygen up here. Is there, like, just, like, yeah, there's, like, no breathable oxygen in this place at all. That's a bit of a problem, if I'm being 100% honest. 100% ski serious here. You know what I should do? Well, now that the series is almost over now, I should have maybe done like a little something like this, and then place that with like a gas permeable tile up there, like maybe with some wolframite. And then we would have another manual airlock over here made out of some wolframite. And then this would have just been our little pocket for breathable oxygen here. Although I guess we would also need to mine out that as well. Oh, some new duplicants, eh? No one very good at all, so we'll reject everyone yet again. Oh, Dustin is super stressed out again. Oh, that stress just creeps up on me sometimes. I don't know how that keeps happening. You know, it'd be great if you guys could just dig out these couple of things here real quick. There we go. Thank you for building that, and for, like, maybe digging that out eventually. So, yeah, we'll have some oxygen leaking up into there, right? Not a lot, but some. In fact, you know what? We'll get rid of this airlock door in the morning. We don't need that airlock door there anymore, per se. I guess this is the episode where I say my final goodbyes to everyone. Fred, you have been a trooper for us for so long. Just eating any and all things that I brought to you and pooping out the coal that has kept this colony alive for as long as possible. And that goes towards you too, Cindy. You may have been found later on in the series, but at the same time, you have also contributed in that exact same way, so thank you so much, Cindy. Where are you, George? George of the Grill. Watch out for that grease. But, like, actually, where's George? Like, where actually is George? There he is. George, thank you for being the man that we needed to cook all of our meals, to also keep everyone nourished and alive. Who else do I need to thank? I think, John Cena, you have been a trooper from the very beginning. You were one of our original duplicants for this colony, and you have just been excellent as far as delivering supplies, digging things out, and even contributing to build new things. That goes for you too, Dustin. In fact, you were our main digger, I believe? Yeah, you were our main digger, so you have been a trooper in that aspect for excavating the start of our base. Suffocating. Adam Boo was suffocating. Yep, that sounds about right. Beyonce. And these next few are going to be generalization ones because most of everyone else were performing the same task. Vault, wherever you are. Vault. You know what? I'll wait until it's nighttime when I can see everyone sleeping before I give the final farewells to everyone here. Who's stressing out right now? John Cena? John Cena's stressing out a little bit. Same with Beyonce. Anyone else? Myself. Again. Buildings lack resources. Yeah, that's not a huge surprise. There we go, delivering meal ice just before the end of the day. And we'll wait until everyone's in bed. What are you doing, Vaults? Like, thank you. You know what? Because you're probably not going to make it back before nighttime's over. Vaults, thank you for being one of the later... Actually, no, you were one of the first 3 too who helped get everything started. Thank you for making this colony what it was today. Where else? Beyonce, thank you for being one of the later renditions to the colony who upstarted it to basically denounce the name The Doomed Crater, as well as with you, Lex Luthor, and Adam Boo, wherever you are. I have no idea where Adam Boo is. Adam Boo. I could probably just do this, right? Ah, yes, there you are, Adam. As well as you. You have shaped this into a fine colony. All of you. And it's with this that, with a heavy heart for the time being, I have to say, salut. Auf Wiedersehen, goodbye. It was great while it lasted, but I think this is definitely where the series has to end for the time being until more content is released. Thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. If you made it to this point of the video, feel free to support in the form of a like. It helps me out a lot and shows that you want to continue to watch this series. And if you want to see more videos like this one, you can always subscribe to my channel to be notified whenever I upload any new content, whether it's eventually of this or of any other kind. And until next time, as always, everyone, have a good one, and I will see you next time in whatever it is I do next, whether it's more of this when more content is released or some other game per se. Otherwise, bye for now, all you beautiful, beautiful people. And handsome. I shouldn't just say beautiful. Bye.